Pisces, hello, how are you doing? I know it took a while to get to y'all, man. I appreciate your patience. Sorry. I took a little break for a few days, man, and I rearranged things so that I'm not really doing anything on the weekends. So thank you all again for your patience. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Hopefully what you were waiting on is positive and uplifting. Hopefully, I can't control what comes through. Anyway, though, if you would like information on scheduling a personal reading, look in the description of the video. Okay, and yes, we are back to the schedule. Same days still are available if you want one, but if you don't want to do all that, we are back to the schedule. So peep the description of the video to check that out, okay? So anyway, those of you new to my channel, when I do bonus readings, the intention I put into it is to pick up on details that I missed in the main monthly. That's not what always comes through, but I do have to put some sort of intention into it. So that's what I put into it, all right? What's up, people? Ooh, 111 in the chat. It's like 11:11. I see 111 up there. That's badass. I love it. Oh yeah, by the way, if y'all want some gear like this, Everyday Masters, this is his merchandise. It's a website called awakethreads.com. Awakethreads.com. That's Everyday Masters. He's got a really helpful YouTube channel. He helped me out a lot on my journey. A lot. And this was a gift from him. He gifted this to me. But yeah, go to awakethreads.com. Everybody always asks me where I got my hat. Anyway, what other important messages do we have for Pisces, universe? What other important messages do we got for Pisces? And yes, this is my first reading of the day. I am warming up, so bear with me as I'm in the process of pulling in energy. I got a big old stack of personal readings I got to get to here in a minute. Boom, Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So how does that feel? I don't want to overthink it too much. I could ruin it, but this is definitely somebody who's not reaching out. I don't know if it's you kind of anticipating, waiting to see if somebody's going to reach out to you, or maybe definitely a big lack of communication, okay? Either way, let's see how it plays into the rest of the reading. 5 shuffles for the rest of the spread. 1, 2, 3. 2 more shuffles. People always ask me why I shuffle the way that I do. That's just what comes to me. The first number that pops into my head, I say it out loud as a request to the universe to please get these cards in order. And 5 shuffles for Pisces. And then I count it out loud. That's me speaking to the universe, if that makes sense. Anyway, So, you're not doing too well about this, are you? No, not really. I'm not handling this too well. And it's written all over you. It's all over you. You have it written all over you, okay? People are perceiving you as the 10 of Wands here, okay? This bothers you. Okay? Overall, though, the Fool is in the reverse. I think this is probably you. The Fool reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, okay? I think you're making the decision finally to cut this off. And if this is something that was cut off in the past, I think you're finally in here coming to terms with that. That's 2 totally different things. You know that, right? Like, okay, I can make a decision to do this, but until I come to terms with it, I haven't made the full decision. Does that make sense? That's what that feels like here, because the way you feel on the inside is the 3 of Wands reversed. Definitely making the decision. I'm no longer waiting. I was waiting, thinking about it, considering it. Now, no, I'm turning and walking away. No, not happening. You still think about this person all the time, though. You feel like they did you wrong, don't you? Ace of Swords reversed. There is 0 communication here. Did this happen because of one? I don't know. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, one last fight finally popped it off, didn't it? Okay. If not, I do feel like there's a group of you that this already happened, and there's some of you that this isn't quite. It's like on the horizon, like one last argument or disagreement or whatever, and it just, bow, the person you're dealing with, walking away. I'm done with this, man. Could be a Capricorn you're dealing with, but they felt like this was too toxic, and they don't want any toxicity, if that makes any sense. They're healing from this pretty quick, though. The person you're dealing with is healing from this pretty fast. Now, don't get it twisted. They still are in the healing process, okay? So it's not like they're completely 100% over it and healed from it. Five of Cups, Three of Swords, both reversed. This could have been a third party situation for some of you. It doesn't have to be. But they are in the healing process for sure. Okay. Oh man, the Sun reversed though. You just can't quite get this off your mind, can you? No. I mean, it looks to me like with the Page of Wands reversed, Devil reversed, Eight of Cups, man. Okay, this is the person you're dealing with. I'm walking away. I don't want any drama. I don't want any immature bullshit, and I don't want any toxicity. So I think that's the way they're looking at this, Pisces. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not playing devil's advocate here. I'm not siding with you or the cross watcher, but it does look like that's the way they perceive this, that some of you are dealing with a person who perceives you as immature and dramatic or whatever the case may be, and they just, they don't want that, A lot of times when people come to me for personal readings, it's not at all uncommon for the question to be, how does this person feel? And I always have to say, disclaimer, if I'm reading somebody else's perception, that does not mean facts are going to come through. You see what I'm saying? If I'm saying, okay, well, how does a colorblind person see a stop sign? It might come through as green, It doesn't mean, I'm just reading the person's perspective, how they view this, okay? Speaking of which, let's get on to the past person. Past person Pisces is dealing with. This is going to be the way they feel about this, their intentions, what actions they're going to take. And no, I still haven't structured the spread yet. It's just kind of like random and chaotic, whatever wants to come through, however it wants to come through, however it yells at me, if that makes any sense. Past person Pisces is dealing with. Pisces who are not dealing with a past person, just bear with me. We'll get to the new person here in a minute. But, Ace of Cups. Okay. Can you see that? The lighting here is kind of Ace of Cups, okay? I'm not 100% sure exactly how I feel about that just yet, but I feel like they're probably already off to something new. Okay? This past person's probably already started something new with somebody else. If not, that's what they're looking for. That's their intentions, that they're ready to start something new. This doesn't really feel like any backtracking. Like we'll see when the rest of the spread comes out. You never know what's going to come out, but that right now doesn't feel like reconciliation energy. That feels like moving forward. Okay. All right, 6 shuffle. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. Whoops. 2 more. There we go. All right. Hierophant reverse. This person is a commitment phobe. The World card, yeah, see? World card, Ace of Cups. They definitely are ready to start something new, I think. But don't get it twisted. You're still on their mind. They still think about you all the time, okay? Don't let them fool you. They may be off to something new. You may be watching their Facebook like, man, do they even think about me anymore? Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do, okay, if you're wondering that. But 10 of Cups reversed, I don't really think this is working out for them all that well. This search for new love, this search for, yeah, see? The door is closed. Like right now, there is no doorway of opportunity open for them. 2 of Cups reversed. See? Don't let them fool you. They still think about you. There is a part of them that does miss you. But I think they're just a little bit too stubborn. They're not, this feels to me like it's kind of like, okay, well, if I admit that to you, you're going to try to take it and run with it. That's what this feels like. They're afraid to open up. They're afraid. They don't really want to let you know exactly how they feel because they're afraid you're going to take it and twist it and run with it and try to use it against them, if that makes any sense, okay? 4 of Cups. So, yeah, I see it. Look, overall, is the Hierophant reversed. They're a commitment phobe. No matter where they go right now. See, and that's the thing that a lot of us don't realize. Because I talk all the time about how what most of us are doing is we are out looking for the outside world to fulfill us, right? I have this empty void in my heart, and I'm looking for it to be fulfilled from the outside in, money and love and whatnot. And because so many people are just wandering so blindly, having absolutely no idea of how to fulfill themselves from the inside, what we do is we start this snowball effect, okay? The snowball of bullshit. Okay, it's about this big. Okay, it starts out about this big. And then once we bounce from person to person to person to person to person to person, injuring ourselves over and over and over again and not healing from it because we think that healing is in the next thing out here, right? I got to jump to this thing out here to make me forget about that. As long as I've forgotten about that, that means I've healed from it. No, it don't. That ain't the way it works. But that's what I think this person's doing right here. 2 of Cups reversed. It doesn't look like it's working out for them very well. Okay, their search for new love. And yes, they do think about you. Okay? Yep, they do. But I don't see either of you. I don't see either of you reaching out and communicating. Not really. Not really. What else is new? Isn't that the consensus just about every single time? Almost. Most of the time. Well, let's look at the new person. This is Pisces people dealing with, inquiring about, or interested in something new. Something new. Man, we got a good little group of you in here. That's cool. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you. Don't forget to look in the description of the video for personal reading information. Okay, back to the schedule, y'all. 3 more shuffles here for the new person. 1, 2, and 3. Mary, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate you. All right. Okay, so this, and dude, I swear to God, man, this has come through. This comes through every single time. Every single time. They have a past. Okay, they have a past. They're moving on from something. And see, the part that concerns me about this, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with the fact that you're dealing with somebody and they are moving on from the past, or you are moving. Here's the thing, though. As long as we understand that healing is a personal job, healing is an inside job, as long as we fully grasp that, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because 2 damaged people, it is possible for 2 damaged people to come together and heal. As long as I am not dependent on you for my healing, I can heal. But whenever we start looking to the other person to do it for us, that's when it fucks everything up. Whenever we start looking to the other person, it's your responsibility to make me feel the way I need to feel. It's your responsibility. I'm your job now. You know, like that is where most of us go whenever we're damaged and we go to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? When we're still damaged, a good 90% of the time, that's the mindset we enter in, and that's why it screws everything up and fucks it all up, dude. Healing is something that you have to do on your own and I have to do on my own. You see what I'm saying? I can look for assistance, but I have to be putting forth effort. I can't just lay limp dead weight and just expect you to pick me up and tie strings around me and do it for me, you know, and do all my movements for me. I got to do it, you know. I got to put forth the action. This is a very, very meaningful connection, though. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted for a minute, okay? But I don't really think this person feels it quite as strongly as you, okay? Could be a Gemini that you're dealing with, lovers in the reverse. Right now, I see this mainly kind of on communication. A lot of you may deem this as a waste of time before too long. LA, thanks for that super chat. Appreciate it. There's something here that just feels a little bit sneaky and dishonest, okay? And it puts you don't really feel comfortable. There's something here that has you, what's the word? Out of your comfort zone, you know? I mean, okay, check it out. The Pisces card in the reverse next to, it could be an air sign that you're dealing with. Okay, so this person may be coming across a little bit more cold and detached than what you prefer. So with the 6 of Wands reverse, some of you may just feel like, oh, okay, well, unless you're going to jump head first into this, then it's a waste of time, right? I do think that this is going to take lift off, though, but this person's reluctant to open up, okay? I think both of you are probably reluctant to open up, okay? With this 5 of Pentacles being the very first card in the spread right here, this is very, very indicative of taking my past and projecting it into the future. How many of you done that? I know I have. I'm gonna cross-analyze everything you say and do. Everything you say and do, I'm going to cross-analyze and overthink it and compare you to the last person that fucked me over. How many of you have done that? I have. You know you have. Yes, you have. Don't lie. Yeah, you have. But we have to catch ourselves doing that. Okay? Because if there was ever a way to guarantee that you were going to repeat your past, that would be it. That would be it right there. Because you're demanding the universe bring forth more of your past. Okay? If you're looking for it, the universe is going to give it to you. I promise you that. Yup. Absolutely, positively. All right, well, let's look at the outcomes resting in the current moment. Outcome resting in the current moment, which is always subject to change. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. One, two, whoop. Two more shuffles, two more. Ba-boom! Queen of Wands. Okay. So overall advice. Don't just open up to anybody, okay? Now, I know that sucks. You know, we are spiritual beings, okay? And we long for that connection. But we're also surrounded by a bunch of other entities and amnesia. We don't remember really who exactly we are. So we're dealing with a lot of different egos out there, okay? And unfortunately, yes, even though we all are spiritual beings, we are cloaked in this ego skin suit of amnesia. And there's a lot of different people with all kinds of different intentions out there in their own little bubble of reality, okay? And you just can't. In this dimension, not this dimension, okay? We are slowly vibrating out of it, but right now in this dimension, we can't just go around opening up to everybody. There are emotional and psychic vampires out there. There are emotional manipulators out there. There are narcissists. You know how it is. Come on now. You can't just go around opening up to everybody. Because there are people out there that if you just go around opened up wide, hey, there are predators up there, you know, like an eagle on the top of a mountain just watching you, like your little mouse down there, you know what I'm saying? And they're just going to come grab you up as soon as they can. Come on now. Just be picky and choosy, okay? Set up boundaries, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Okay, outcome with the past person right here. I do think somebody's eventually probably going to end up reaching out. It looks like it's going to be you. Okay? I don't know how successful it's going to be. I see an apology, probably, okay? I don't really think, if left to your own devices, it looks like you really don't want to, but if you want that apology, if you want to be able to clear the air, I think you're going to have to be the one that reaches out with the Pisces card right next to the Ace of Swords, okay? And the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I don't really think it's going to go any further than that, though, okay? Possibly an apology, possibly whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? It doesn't really look like it's going to take lift off and really go anywhere, but it is what it is. And hey, at least if you say, hey, can we be cool and let bygones be bygones, at least that releases you vibrationally, right? New person. Isn't that weird? There it is again. The Lovers in the reverse. Like I said, this is a very meaningful connection, but I don't think it's felt mutually. Okay? This is teaching you something very important. Very, very important. This is the goal, ladies and gentlemen. This is the goal. This is what we're after. The 10th cup is a bonus cup. That is an abundance cup. Okay? The goal is not a relationship. That's not the goal, okay? That's what we're using to try to take care of the problem. The problem is I feel empty and alone. And the best thing that we can come up with is I need a relationship to fix that problem. Well, that doesn't work. If you are empty, alone, lonely, and insecure, another person, all they're going to do is add to that. That's all that's going to do. The only thing another person can do is add to what you already got going on inside of you. Okay, this right here is the goal. The goal is I feel whole and complete. This is what we're after. Okay? I feel whole and complete. I feel loved. I feel worthy. I feel good enough about myself. I feel good about myself. As within, so without. If you've come to me for a personal reading, how many of you? Show of hands. I guarantee you I've told you that. Okay? If you want a successful relationship to materialize in your outside world, you have to have one formulate in your inside world. That's all there is to it. Anything you want to materialize in your outside world, you have to match the frequency on your inside world. Okay? What is the frequency of a successful relationship? Having one with yourself. Okay? And it shows up when you least expect it. As soon as you stop looking for it, that's when you're going to run into it. Okay? And it's going to be at an inconvenient time. It's going to ruin all the plans you've made. Oh, yeah. Think about it, man. Think about it. When you have a relationship with yourself, you're not planning your life hoping that anybody else is going to come fill that space. You close that space up. You start saying, I'm my number one priority. Don't you? I would rather spend time around me than waste my time around anybody else. The minute you hear yourself say in your own heart, I'm so content with my life right now that I don't really care if somebody comes along and loves me or not. I mean, if the right person comes along one of these days, we'll think about it. But until then, I really don't care. I'm so fulfilled in here, I don't need that to feel better about myself. Your person is right around the corner at that point. Right around the fucking corner, okay? Things to watch out for and advice moving forward. Things to watch out for and advice moving forward. So this is for everybody, okay? Everybody. Pisces, cross watchers, everybody. Spiritual and life advice and things to watch out for. It just kind of depends on what comes through. Never really know, man, you know? 3 shuffle. 1, 2, and 3. Six of Swords reversed. The Star card, 10 of Cups reversed. What did I just tell you? What did I tell you? Quit trying to find that 10th cup, okay? If you go out looking for it, okay, the universe is going to hide it from you. I mean, if you engage in a game of hide and seek, the universe is more than happy to play. Okay? Trust me. Oh, yeah. So, 6 of Swords reversed. Watch out for people who can't break their own thought patterns. Okay? See, this is knowledge that is accessible to the public, but it's not mainstream like anything of value is, right? You have the ability to rewrite your own neurocircuitry with thought alone. They've proven it time and time again. I mean, y'all may have heard me talk about this before, but Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about a really fascinating experiment where they took 2 groups of people, Group A and Group B, and they taught both groups a little melody on the piano, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and they had Group A sit down at the piano and practice this melody every day on a very strict schedule for 8 weeks. They scanned their brains before and after the 8-week period, and they could see the new connections formed in their brain after sitting and practicing this melody and learning the new information. Group B, they never had them touch a piano. They had them think about practicing the melody. They had them run through a series of mental exercises on the same schedule for 8 weeks, thinking about practicing the melody. They never touched a piano. And you guessed it, 8 weeks later, they had the exact same new connections formed in their brains as the people who physically touched a piano. Okay, what does that tell you? You have the ability to rewrite your own brain with the power of your own thoughts. Okay? The thing is, though, is again, it's not mainstream that it's even possible. So if you don't believe it's possible, you're not even going to try. Well, it's possible, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to tell you that right now. I'm living proof that it's possible, okay? It's the same part of us that forms any new habit. Any new habit, okay? If you force thoughts into your head consistently over an extended period of time, you will burn those thoughts into your subconscious mind. And then by that time, once they're rolling on autopilot, your life's going to change. You don't even have to try to make it change. It's going to change all by itself, okay? Oh, some of y'all need to get up off your asses and travel and get a change of scenery, okay? Break up the monotony a little bit, okay, with the 8 of Wands here, okay? Watch out for people who have a hard time sitting alone with themselves, okay? We talk about this. Among many ways to break it down and explain it, one of the surefire ways to be on the frequency to attract true love is to love being alone, okay? I know that sounds kind of weird and paradoxical, right? But it's definitely, when you form that successful relationship with yourself, you learn the value of alone time. And we have too many people out there that cannot stand for 10 minutes to sit alone with themselves. And I've been there. I know how that feels. Can't stand to be alone. Can't stand to be around yourself. You constantly have to be surrounded by people and distracting yourself from your own thoughts, you know? We can't do that, okay? So it's very important that you understand right now that if you allow yourself to, you have a very, very, very vast understanding of the nature of your situation. If you can just allow yourself to pop away from your own preference and your own bias for just a few minutes and take a look at it, okay? You definitely know a lot more than you're allowing yourself to know. Some of you are putting the blindfold on your face, okay? Because we all know that ignorance is bliss, and a lot of you are not ignorant, but you wish you were, and you're trying to make yourselves ignorant, right? I'm trying to make myself stupid because I don't want to know all this, right? I get it. Well, we are entering into the age of Aquarius, okay? So that knowledge is going to come to you one way or the other. Your consciousness is going to expand whether you want it to or not. Okay, we can do this the easy way or the hard way, okay? You can either have the universe bitch slap you and splash cold water in your face, or you can work on it yourself, okay? I've done both. I would recommend working on it yourself. You don't want the universe to bitch slap you. Trust me. Trust me. Woo! The universe got one hell of a backhand. Let me tell you right now, you don't want to go down that road, all right? So, anyway, I feel like the messages my Pisces people needed to hear have come through. I greatly appreciate everybody that tuned in and played along. Thank you all so much for the likes and the comments and the super chats and all that good jazz. Remember to look at the description of the video for information on scheduling. Yes, we're back to the schedule. Personal readings, description of the video, all right? Other than that, though, I don't really think I have a whole lot to talk about. No, not really. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity, okay? Have a good one.